Yeah, good morning, everyone. Yesterday we saw US market correcting. Though market opened on a positive note yesterday, but came off during the day. Uh, Towards the end, though it recovered, but again fell off. So more of a remain in a negative territory for the whole day. Uh, the negativeness was driven by comment from JP Morgan chief that preparing for economic hurricane because of Fed action and continuous Ukraine-Russia war. Apart from that, dollar index also we saw increasing from 101 to around 102.5, indicating that risk of scenario is coming. And just a history that from 98 it went up to as high as 105, then corrected to 101. And in last 2 days, we are seeing some again bouncing back. Yesterday it was at around 102.5. Also, bond yield also saw some increase in last 2 3 days from 2.75 to 2.92. All this indicating that some risk of scenario is there in the market. Even futures of the US market were negative, and even Asian markets are seeing some negativeness in the today's trade. On the other hand, oil also came off from 116 to 114. Day before yesterday, it went up as high as 122. Comment from OPEC that whatever the shortfall of Russian production will be met by OPEC has cooled off these prices from 122 to 114. But other commodity remain more of on a positive territory. Aluminum was up by around 1.5%. Copper was up by around 0.5%. Iron ore is also up by around 0.5%, and steel is more of a flattish. So on an equity side, more of a declining trend is visible from the international market. We may see similar scenario in Indian market as well. Now I'll request technical team to take up from here.
Thank you, sir. A very good morning, all of you. This is Ayush. I'll be taking the technical call for today. So, as taking the cues from the global markets, we feel the markets are going to be opening on a gap down note, and we feel today is going to be a profit booking session. From the last 2 to 3 days, we are seeing Nifty is facing a strong resistance of 16,700 levels. Similarly, till the time 16,700 levels are not closed, new buying will not be continued. For today, we have an important support at 16,450. And if we witness a selling pressure and there's a closing below that, then Nifty can be dragged towards 16,330 to 16,250. Whereas if the buying continues, and then there's the upside on 16,640 followed by 16,750 levels. Moving on to Bank Nifty has taken a strong resistance of its 50 DMA from the last 2 to 3 trading sessions, which is coming out to be around 35,818 levels. Till the time Bank Nifty does not cross 35,800 levels on the closing base and it does close above that, new buying will not be seen in Bank Nifty as well. And immediate support for Bank Nifty for today is placed at 35,330 levels. Any move below the same will drag Bank Nifty towards 35,000 levels, followed by 34,740. Whereas immediate resistance for Bank Nifty is placed at 36,000 to 36,270. Moving on to Nifty Financial Services, this index was mostly flat yesterday. For today, the immediate support for this index is placed at 16,110 and the major support is placed at 16,000 levels. Whereas resistance for this index is 16,300 followed by 16,380. Stock specific, Voltas is a positive stock. One can have a buying position in that. Followed by Gujarat Gas. We have already initiated a buy call on that. One can take Gujarat Gas for the targets of 590 with a stop loss of 550. That's all from my side. I request derivatives guys to take the call forward.
Yeah, thank you, Ayush. Good morning, everyone. So as for derivative data front, we have witnessed that Nifty came down sharply in yesterday's trading session, while it is still holding a strong support at 16,400 to 350 level. So 16,400 to 350 will act as an important support for today's trading session. While I mentioned in yesterday to the previous to the three trading session, the only concern for the Nifty currently is the Nifty is trading in the discount level and India VIX is trading above 18 levels. So till the time these both are not converted into vice versa position, then till that point of time we might witness some concern in the market. But as per current scenario, we are witnessing in yesterday's trading session that the OI position of call writers got added heavily on the upper end, like from 16,600 to 17,000 strike. So currently Nifty is trading in the range of 16,350 to 16,600 level. Till the time this range is not getting broken, it might trade in this range only for next 22 trading session. So today would be important for the Nifty to get a closing above 16,400 level. If today's trading session Nifty gets closing over 16,400 level, then again we might witness the pullback in the market till 16,600 to 650 level on the upper end. Currently, as per the stock specific and sector specific, we expect M&M Finance looks positive, while M&M Finance has seen major long positions getting added up around 180 to 190 strike. So we expect the counter to move around. Once the counter goes above 180 level, then we might expect the counter to move toward 190 to 195 level in coming trading session. So M&M Finance and ICICI Prudential, these two counter looks positive in coming trading session. Thank you.
Good morning. Yes Bank has shortlisted a US-based PE firm JC Flowers as its joint venture partner for its proposed ARC, that is Asset Reconstruction Company. This is the second attempt by the bank to set up its own ARC after RBI turned down its earlier proposal in March last year. The bank had proposed a new structure where it would hold a minority stake of 20% in the new ARC, whereas 80% stake would be held by the foreign joint venture partner. So Yes Bank is looking to transfer around 51,000 crore of its bad loans to this ARC and in the process clean up its balance sheet. So it will further need RBI approval again for this to happen, and if this happens, then this will be positive for Yes Bank. We attended the con call of Everest Kanto Cylinders. Company has given a volume growth guidance of 10 to 15% in the current year. We were expecting a slightly higher growth. A small brownfield capacity of 1 lakh cylinders will be added in Q2 of current year, and a greenfield capacity of 2 lakh cylinders will be coming up next year. So we could again witness around a 15% kind of growth in FY24 as well. Stock remains cheap at 8 times trailing earnings, and so there is scope for upside. We remain positive. We also attended the call of FIAM Industries, a two-wheeler auto lighting company. For the full year FY22, the two-wheeler industry declined by 3.5%, while the company sales increased by 29%, led by higher share of LED lights. LED lighting share increased from 40% in FY21 to 44% in FY22. And over the next 3 years, company expects this share to increase to 55 to 60%. If we compare the pricing, then LED lighting kit price is between 2 to 2.5 times costlier than halogen lights. So that is leading to the revenue growth. The shift towards LED will be driven by not only the IC models but also increasing growth in the EV two-wheeler space, where all EVs use only LED lights. So if we talk about EV mix in the company's revenue, it was at 42 crores, just 2.7% of total revenues. However, company expects this number to increase by 3 times in this year. So by the end of the year, the EV share will be around 6 to 7% of total revenues. Company posted ROC of 21% even in a year where two-wheeler industry declined. So we think it's a decent proxy on the revival in two-wheeler industry. If that happens in coming months on the industry side, then this is a good proxy play. So we are positive on FIAM Industries. Thank you.
Morning, everyone. The price of aviation turbine fuel has been reduced by 1.27%, 2 rupees 121 per liter. This is the first reduction after 10 rounds of price increase this year. This is sentimentally positive to airline sector. Thank you.
Good morning. NMDC reported volume numbers for May, for the month of May. Production came at 3.2 million ton versus 3.15 million ton month on month and 2.79 million ton year on year. Sales volume came at 2.65 million ton versus 3.12 million ton month on month. This is neutral for the company. Coal India also reported volume numbers. Production came at 54.7 million ton versus 53.5 million ton month on month. Sales volume came at 61.2 million ton versus 57.5 million ton month on month. This is positive for the company. Apart from this, Welspun Corp's Saudi Arabia subsidiary, that is East Pipes, has signed a contract with Saline Water Conversion Corporation valued at SAR 490 million to supply and deliver steel pipes for a water transmission project. This project will span a period of 12 months with the financial impact reflecting in East Pipes financial statement in 2022 and 23. This is positive for the company. Thank you.
Morning. So yesterday auto numbers were announced. Auto sales for Tata Motors saw a increase of 204% on a YOY basis as it sold 74,755 vehicles in May. This was mainly due to lower base. The company the company's high this is the company's highest ever monthly sales since its inception. PV and EV domestic combined, led by robust dispatch of Nexon, Harrier and Safari. Maruti Suzuki sold a total of 1,61,413 units in May 2022. The company's total sales in the month include domestic sales of 1,28,000 sales to OEM of 6,222 units on a YOY comparison. The automaker reported highest ever monthly exports of 2,27,191 units as compared to 11,262 units on a YOY basis. Ashok Leyland reported good numbers as its sales increased to 13,273 units in May as against 3,199 units on a YOY basis, mainly due to the COVID hit last year, May. Domestic sales stood at 12,458 units as against 2,738 units. Mahindra and Mahindra saw that utility vehicles has clocked a massive 208% YOY growth in May, while the tractor segment registered a 48% growth over the year ago period. The significant growth was largely due to low base as there were statewide lockdowns to contain the COVID pandemic last year. Hero MotoCorp saw sales of 4,86,704 units in May. The company had sold 4,18,622 units in April this year and 1,83,044 units in May 21 when the sales were impacted due to second wave of COVID-19. Escort saw a rise in sales at 31% on a YY basis to 8,421 units in May from 6,423 units in May 2021. However, the increase on a sequential basis was only 1% from 8,300.
So we saw auto sales seeing revival across the board in May month. Apart from that, Greaves Cotton subsidiary has raised around 1,180 crores rupees for its electrical mobility business, which is a subsidiary Greaves Electric Mobility, wherein they had raised around $150 million or 1160 crore rupees from Abdullah Latif Jamil, an independent family-owned enterprises. And also, the investment has also been committed for another $70 million for another for next 12 months, if it is required. So total investment, the market value for investment of 35% holding of 1160 is around 3200, whereas the market cap of the company is 3700, whereas and the company is debt free and has cash on its book. So this looks quite positive for Greaves Cotton, and can see substantial positiveness because of this investment. So I think that's all from us. Thank you very much and have a good day.
Subscribe to our YouTube channel for in-depth interviews of India Inc. and press the bell icon so that you do not miss our updates.